From party board games to extravagant worlds, it's fair to say that the Wii U has had its ups and downs throughout 2015 in its software lineup, and 2016 looks to be a quieter year, mainly because its successor, the NX, is due for release sometime in the future. Like last year's list, to qualify, the games must be confirmed for a rest of release in 2016, regardless of how likely it'll get delayed for next year. If you're someone who's new to the Wii U, or just wondering what software is scheduled for this year, then take this video as a quick guide for what to look forward to, and this list is purely opinion based, so these anticipated Wii U games will likely differ from yours. Number 10, Mario & Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. Revealed back in May at the Nintendo Direct, this will be the 5th Mario & Sonic crossover to coincide with the upcoming Olympics. Nothing substantial has been shown for the Wii U version since its reveal, but it seems to follow the same formula as the previous installments, containing an assortment of Olympic sports with a variety of characters playable from the Mario & Sonic franchises, each having their own strengths and weaknesses. It's also a given that a bunch of Dream events will be included, which are just normal Olympic sports but given a Mario & Sonic touch, which I'm all down for. Whilst it still isn't the platforming crossover a lot of fans are wanting, and it's unknown as Sega can add anything else fresh to the formula with the Wii U gamepad, Mario & Sonic still looks to be a fun sports minigame compilation that'll surely get some people in the spirit for the Summer Olympics. Number 9, well, Mighty Number 9. This action 2D side-scroller from Mega Man's creator, Keiji Inafune, is set to play similarly to the old-school Mega Man classics, where you run, jump, shoot enemies, take down a Robot Master at the end of a stage, and obtain the Robot Master's weapon, allowing for further possibilities in progressing through the other stages. It was originally due for a September 2015 release, but then got delayed into February 2016, and then a further delay not long ago into a spring release of 2016 has left many to question if the final product will live up to its promise. But regardless of how controversial the development is, I myself am hopeful that it will be at the very least an enjoyable action platformer, and for those without a Wii U, Mighty Number 9 is being released onto every current gen console and even the 3DS. Number 8, The Unlikely Legend of Rusty Pup. Rusty Pup is from the mind of Chris Seaver, who's well known for his role as the project leader of Conker's Bad Fur Day, as well as being developed by his team at Gory Detail. Since last year, when only screenshots and Vine videos of the game were released, this puzzle platformer is looking as good as ever. The gamepad touchscreen will be used to influence the environment to guide Rusty Pup through aesthetically bleak levels, by lighting dark corridors and inserting pathways for him to cross. It also looks to retain the charm that Conker is well known for, with dialogue containing a ton of personality. All of these aspects together with its rusty presentation has gauged enough interest in me wanting to check it out. Hopefully, a 2016 release is on the cards. Number 7, Shantae HalfGenie Hero. Debuting with a successful Kickstarter in 2013 by Way Forward Technologies, HalfGenie Hero will be the 4th main Shantae game and looks to retain the primary moveset of Shantae by using her hair to rip enemies and her genie powers to transform into an animal to pass inaccessible areas. Essentially, it's a more detailed follow-up to Risky's Revenge as opposed to the Pirate's Curse, where Shantae had to resort to Risky Boots' arsenal. New to the series will be the option to play as characters Risky Boots, Sky, Bolo, and Rotty Tops, each having their own unique campaign and platforming. It's shaping up to be a worthy adventure to check out, and like Mighty Number 9, this will also be available for almost every major home console currently available for anyone who doesn't have a Wii U. Number 6, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. Confirmed during the November 2015 Nintendo Direct, this will be a high-definition port of the original Twilight Princess that is being developed by Tantalus Media, whose other Wii U effort is Funky Barn. Wait, what? When looking at the footage, it doesn't look like much has changed bar the clearer graphical fidelity. The amiibo functionality from the existing Zelda amiibo can be used for additional perks like restored health, whilst the soon-to-be-released Wolf Link amiibo activates what looks to be the biggest addition, a new challenge-based dungeon. Speaking of challenge, this port will also contain a hero mode for veterans of the original that increases the difficulty with Link taking more damage, and mirrors the game's world, which will give a true feeling of playing it like it was originally intended, similar to the GameCube version. Whilst little has changed, it'll still be the same amazing Twilight Princess game we all know and love, and whether you're in the mood to revisit it with a few upgrades or have never played Twilight Princess, this HD re-release is set to be the definitive way of doing so on both ends. Number 5, Pokken Tournament. Teased at the Pokemon Game Show in August 2013, this will mark new territory for the Pokemon franchise, a fighting game with mechanics similar to the Tekken series, hence the name. though this seems to have more emphasis on action that'll make it more accessible to newcomers. A handful of well-known Pokemon fight in a 3D arena that'll include elements from Pokemon itself to enhance the battles, such as the Mega Evolutions. The roster will be ripped straight from the arcade version, alongside some Wii U exclusive Pokemon such as Garchomp, and support from various non-playable Pokemon like Snivy and Lapras. With its action-based combat and fighting mechanics given a Pokemon twist, Pokken Tournament is set to be a very solid addition to the Wii U's fighting game library. Also, Shadow Mewtwo looks cool. Just saying. Number 4. Gine Ibunroku. Any fan of Fire Emblem and or Shin Megami Tensei has most likely kept an eye on this. Set in a modern-day Tokyo, the narrative centers around the lives of young members of a talent agency, as the protagonists hold performer energy, which attracts alternate dimension beings called Mirages. Their friendly alliance with Mirages has them merge with them to become Mirage Masters, which of whom are familiar Fire Emblem characters such as Chrom. Gameplay-wise, it'll contain an incorporation of elements from both franchises, ranging from Fire Emblem's tactical turn-based stat advantage system to the elemental properties of Shin Megami Tensei during battles. Whilst outside of battle, players can explore dungeons and trigger battles when interacting with enemies, as well as interactions with NPCs and visiting shops. With a vibrant, colourful presentation and intriguing battle system, Gine Ibunroku looks to be another solid JRPG for the Wii U. Number 3. Ukulele. Announced after last year's tease by Playtonic Games, Ukulele is a 3D platformer that puts you in the role of a chameleon named Yuka and a bat named Lele, as you explore around environments, collecting items, and eventually obtaining new abilities to further diversify the platforming, with all the stretch goals being met from the successful Kickstarter campaign to make it the best game it could be, and with Playtonic Games comprising of ex-Rare developers. This is pretty much the next Banjo-Kazooie platformer, albeit without the bear and bird. This is particularly notable because a lot of the crew that made Banjo-Kazooie a classic are involved, right down to Grant Kirkhope and David Wise returning to compose the soundtrack, something I'm very excited about. Similar to Mighty No. 9 and Shantae, Ukulele will be a multi-platform release for all current-gen consoles. However, here's hope that the Wii U version will have some exclusive content for it to stick out. Ukulele amiibo, baby? Number 2. Star Fox Zero. Ever since that tease from Miyamoto, more substantial information is known about the next Star Fox, and my god does it look promising. Zero looks to revitalize the Star Fox franchise by following the classic gameplay from its well-known predecessor, Star Fox 64, placing Fox McCloud in the R-Ring where he truly belongs. Flying on rails alongside some dogfights through a variety of stages that range from space armadas to planets with their own obstacles to face. The R-Ring and Landmaster appear to control faithfully to Star Fox 64, alongside some new bells and whistles, most notably the R-Ring being transformable into a walker, where you traverse through the levels on land, an idea from the cancelled Star Fox 2. The Gyro Ring, a helicopter that can lower a small robot to hack machines, looks to be a nice change of pace to the action and make good use of the gamepad's second screen. Star Fox Zero was to be released for November 2015, but was delayed to a set April 2016 release. Concerns about how the game would control and its visual appeal should be alleviated with the further development time, with Platinum Games being the co-developer and knowing how capable they are after their fantastic work on Bayonetta and The Wonderful 101, I have faith we'll be in for a treat. Number 1. The Legend of Zelda. A main series Legend of Zelda game needs no introduction as to why it's highly anticipated. It is shaping up to be another triumphant installment with the promise of the largest overworld the series will be seeing yet, alongside new items to utilize, visuals that look outstanding, and tackling dungeons and challenges to your heart's content. Though its story, world, and how it'll be structured still remains a mystery, that leaves myself all the more excited, especially when E.G. Onuma has emphasized that the development team are aiming to find ways to rethink the conventions of Zelda. Since last year, very little info of the game has been released, with a brief tease coming from the Nintendo Direct from November 2015. Despite the delayed rate, 2016 is no doubt the most fitting year this game could get released, because it ought to be a fantastic way to mark the 30th anniversary of this legendary series. I mean, it's a main series Legend of Zelda. That alone should get most Nintendo fans hyped. Thank you for watching my video on the top 10 upcoming Wii U games of 2016. Please let us know what Wii U games you're looking forward to, as we'd love to hear it, even though the amount of software is looking quite dry. And if you want to know what my favourite Wii U games of last year are, then click the video to the left, or click the video to the right to see me and Dan battle it out on some Splatoon Turf War, even though I didn't really do that well. So yeah.